Last weekend was a big step in Ohio's journey back to normal. For the first time in over 2 months, bars and restaurants were able to offer outdoor dining to patrons. When the decision was announced a few weeks ago, it had mixed reviews. Some said it was about time, while others thought it was a bit too early to reopen safely. I decided to head out to a few of the local areas offering outdoor dining over the weekend to see what changes have been made and if it's safe to go back out and enjoy a meal. After being limited to takeout only and delivery since March, numerous Stark County food and drink establishments were excited to see some new faces, even if they arrived wearing masks. This new opportunity, of course, came with a strict set of rules and guidelines to ensure everyone's safety, which took quite a bit of planning to implement.
It has been a lot of hard work by a lot of people, making sure that we're up to all of our state standards, making sure everything is marked for the 6-foot social distancing, all of our sanitation stuff is up to spec, measuring and making sure we could use all the tables, as many tables as we possibly can.
Planning also included a walking layout that keeps things socially distant. The Crush House at Gervasi Vineyard did this by creating a seating arrangement that allows one-way foot traffic for both customers and employees, which prevents everyone and anyone from getting too close. Different restaurants handled crowd control in different ways. For fatheads, their limited outdoor seating meant a long wait time for one of the 11 tables outside. Guests were able to put their names on the waiting list through the Yelp app to avoid a crowded waiting area. Some restaurants also had to adjust on the fly over the weekend. When the rain arrived on Friday night at Nathan's Patio Bar and Grille, the non-covered area of the outdoor section was no longer available, meaning capacity once again had to be cut back.
Up here, there's no roof, so everyone went downstairs.
We had to ask people to leave.
Yeah, we had to ask people to leave, and it was like really hard to be like, oh, I know you were here and you had like a reservation, but now you can't be here.
Nathan's was one of the few places I visited that had bar seating available, but just like tables, patrons still had to remain 6 feet apart. This was enforced through tape markings that served as no standing zones. Signs were a common theme at every stop I made, whether they were located at entrances welcoming everyone back, placed around common standing areas that were no longer an appropriate gathering spot, or even a quick reminder poster in restrooms. There was certainly no lack of instruction. The extra cleaning efforts were also on display. Servers at 2020 Tap House told me a handful of changes were made where most customers didn't even notice. Instead of having ketchup bottles, they've made the switch to packets. Also, the menus are one-time use and are thrown away after customers make their order. The final question I had was, despite all of the changes, do people feel safe? With all the crazy news in the past few months, it would be understandable for some to still have fear. I asked my server at Lobys Grille if she felt safe returning to work. Her answer was simple.
Oh, I'm totally safe working here, especially with all the extra precautions, and all of our bosses help us out with cleaning too, just to make sure that even if we are running behind on taking food out or taking orders, getting drinks, they'll be behind us cleaning as we go, so we don't have to worry about it.
An entirely new challenge for bars and restaurants starts later this week when all bars and restaurants in Ohio are able to offer dine-in services again on Thursday. All the places that I spoke with says they're excited to take this next step, and they've worked very hard to ensure everyone will be safe when they're allowed to return. For News Talk 1480 WHBC, I'm Noah Hiles.